Friends in the Dhamma. Today I am going to explain about the biggest moment in Buddhism. The most significant moment in Buddhism is the Buddha's enlightenment. We call become Samma Sambuddha under the Bodhi tree. This pivotal event occurred on the full moon day of Vesak, when Prince Siddhartha attained enlightenment and became the Buddha at the age of 35. Our great teacher, the Lord Buddha, explained it as follows. Before enlightenment, when I was not yet the Buddha but a Bodhisattva, this thought arose in me. This world of being comes into suffering, is born, decays, dies, falls, conceives, and yet does not know the cessation of this suffering, of decay and death. When will it know the cessation of this suffering? Monks, this thought arose in me. What causes decay and death? Monks, by reflecting with wisdom, I understood that as long as there is birth, decay and death will arise. When something exists, birth arises. Monks, by reflecting on the conditions and contemplating with wisdom, I understood that when something exists, birth arises. When there is existence, clinging arises. When there is something, craving arises. I understood that when there is pain, craving arises. When there is something, does pain arise? I understood that when there is contact, pain arises. When there is something, does contact arise? When the six senses exist, contact arises. When there is something, do the six senses arise? I understood that when there is name and form, the six senses arise. When something exists, name and form arise. I understood that when consciousness exists, name and form arise. When there is something, does consciousness arise? I understood that when there are mental formation, consciousness arises. Whenever something exists, formation arises. I understood that when ignorance exists, formation arises. Through ignorance, formation arises. Through formation, consciousness arises. Through consciousness, name and form arise. Through name and form, the six senses arise. Through the six senses, contact arises. Through contact, pain arises. Through pain, craving arises. Through craving, clinging arises. Through clinging, existence arises. Through existence, birth arises. Through birth, decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, and grief arise. Thus, all suffering arises. Monks, the eye of wisdom arose in me, revealing the Dhamma I had not understood before. Knowledge arose, wisdom arose, light arose. The cessation of suffering. When there is no birth, decay and death cease. When there is no being, birth ceases. When clinging ceases, existence ceases. When craving ceases, clinging ceases. When pain ceases, craving ceases. When contact ceases, pain ceases. When the sixth sense ceases, contact ceases. When name and form cease, the sixth senses ceases. When consciousness ceases, name and form cease. When formation ceases, consciousness ceases. When ignorance ceases, formation ceases. Thus, with the cessation of ignorance, formation ceases. With the cessation of formation, consciousness ceases. With the cessation of consciousness, name and form cease. With the cessation of name and form, the six senses cease. With the cessation of six senses, contact sense cease. With the cessation of contact, pain ceases. With the cessation of pain, craving ceases. With the cessation of craving, clinging ceases. With the cessation of clinging, existence ceases. With the cessation of existence, birth ceases. With the cessation of birth, decay, death, sorrow, lamentation, and delusion ceases. Thus, all suffering ceases. This complete enlightenment understanding, dependent origination. We call Paticca Samuppada, made Siddhartha Samma Sambuddha, the fully awakened one. The Buddha's word after enlightenment. Through many births I wandered in samsara, seeking but not finding the builder of this house. Painful is repeated birth. House builder, you are seen. You will not build this house again. All your rafters broken, the rich wall destroyed. Gone to the unconditioned, the mind has attained the end of craving. This is the biggest moment in Buddhism. Thank you very much.